Global happenings today. We communicate, we analyze global news. Stay tuned. Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings today. We have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news reads, Northern Group demands that the Igbos should choose between Biafra or Igbo Presidency come 2023. But before we continue with details of these and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. Alright, let's look at the news in detail. The Arewa Consultative Forum, ACF, says the Igbo community have to choose between the agitation for Biafra and presidency as they can't have both. Anthony Sani, who is the Secretary General of the group, said these while reacting to article which focused on the advice given by Issa Fontua, an associate of President Muhammadu Buhari, to the southeast on its presidential aspiration. According to Sani, Nigerians would be very afraid to trust the Igbos with the presidency in 2023 if they are seen to also be agitating for secession from the Federation. And according to him, he said, when I read a letter by one Frederick Nwabufo on page 18 of the Nation newspaper under the caption Issa Fontua, Igbo and 2023 Presidency, in which the author berated Issa Fontua of being an arrogant man who suffered from a sense of entitlement, I wonder the wisdom. As far as I am concerned, it is Igbo who is obsessed with a sense of entitlement by their insistence that it is their turn to produce a president in a country which boasts of over 250 ethnic nationalities. Igbo suffer from both superiority and inferiority complex. At one point, they thought their superiority by claiming to be over and above any other nationality in Nigeria because they are better at the use of their superior commercial acumen for trade. At another, they play the victim by crying of marginalization the most. Power in a multi-party democracy is never secured through threats and intimidation, nor is it obtained by pity. This is because democracy is a contest of ideas and reasons and is never a bullfight. Igbos cannot agitate for separation and hunger for president by still expecting the country would not be scared of voting them for the presidency. Igbos may wish to recall that Senator McCain lost the elections because he had Mrs. Palin, who was the governor of the state of Alaska. There was also because her husband was accused of attending a meeting of separatists who wished the state of Alaska to leave USA and join Russia. I do not see how someone from Scotland, Catalan, Quebec, Aceh, Xinjiang could dream of being voted president of their countries. Reason, such a person would most likely play Gavachu. So when Issa Fontua says Igbo should belong, he means belong to where the majority is. That is to say, Igbos must develop their winning game plan by reaching out to build bridges and break barriers. The North does not comprise the Caliphate alone, but is very diverse. In fact, the Caliphate today is not ruled by the ruling party. Wow, that is well written, and that's what we are going to be looking at in a jiffy, because this really has to do with the Igbos making a choice once and for all. And I would like to read one or two reactions, and then we go into further discussion. This one says here, but you can't have Biafra, President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, restructuring all in one agenda. It is impossible. Another person says here, I have no such power. Not even Mr. President has such power to call for referendum. However, Baribe Theophilus Orji and others are in the Senate, kindly instruct them to call for referendum. That's the simple legal way. Another one here say, oh boy, see jam question, but that's not important. So let's look at the issue here, and it's a serious one to talk about, because when you see the truth, you need to accept it. Going for everything at the same time does not make any sense. Our people say that you can't carry two things in your hand and climb a tree. It's not possible to climb. It's either you carry one thing, maybe for example, you are carrying two bags, one in this hand, and you say you want to pluck orange. Carrying two bags, one in this hand, one in the left, one in the right, and you want to climb a tree. It's absolutely impossible. I personally feel that it is a strategy by some persons to ensure that they don't even achieve anything at all. The Igbos, they won't be able to achieve anything at all. That's why they are making some feel that presidency come 2023 is Igbo presidency come 2023 is very possible, and they are also backing the other people, that's the likes of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and say let's keep on pushing for IPOB. There is no oneness in their push. Just exactly what this person has said. If you're thinking of, it's for example, let's cast our mind back to the Bible days when Israel was about leaving the land of Egypt. And all of a sudden, God is telling them, or Moses is saying, God say, let my people go. And then another tribe in Israel is going to meet this person, going to meet the Pharaoh, and say to Pharaoh, Pharaoh, please give us that our farmland that is behind your house. It's our own turn to plant in that farmland. My brother, somebody will say, Pharaoh, don't you think if you give them that your farmland behind your house, they will use that opportunity and kill you, and they will set the people free? And all of that. A lot of things will begin to, the council to Pharaoh will begin to give different advice. But hey, they had one voice, and they said, Pharaoh, let my people. The people were like, hey, we want to get out of this land. We don't want to stay again, and all of that. That's the point. Having to talk about restructuring for the Igbos, they talk about Biafra, and then they talk about presidency at the same time. Is a goal that can never be achieved. We call it white elephant project. It cannot. It's like building castle in the air. It's obviously it's impossible. I really understand with what they are saying, because if you guys want to get anything, is okay, we choose Biafra. And all the forces, all the personalities, whether they are political, economic personalities in Igbo land, they come into agreement. They use the contacts they have. I know really that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing all in his power. But let the truth be told, my brothers. Please, I'm not saying this so that you slay me, but I'm just saying this so that you know. The truth is, let's be real to ourselves. Just like the Bible says that one man, is it one can chase 1,000, two can put 10,000 to flight. If the Igbos come together and they back Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and say we need IPOB, and they use all their contacts, because I know there are people in this Igbo land that have a lot of contacts, and they put their contact together and say, let us reach out to the Security Council of UN. Let us reach out to the United States of America. Let us talk to this person. Let's talk to this person. And they get focused. To get what they want will be very easy. But a situation whereby a part of them, they are running to the north, jogging to the north, and say, I beg now, 2023, Muna try give us now. The Ohanezes are running to the east and say, we are going to vote money and keep, so that we move around all the geopolitical zone and see how we can talk them into supporting us. And then another group here is saying, we want restructuring, or we don't want IPOB, we don't want presidency. Just make us so that we want to be like a nation of our own. Let's just be restructured. True federalism should be practiced. You realize that we have three sections. They cannot pull weight the way it ought to be. They need to make a decision once and for all. I believe that for the Arewas to talk the way they are talking, it therefore means they are seeing that any of these options are possible, but then it depends on how these guys are really going to fight through with it. And for them to fight through, they need to just have at least choose one of them and with all their strength put it there to get it realized.
Well, it's a nice one if they actually would be able to put all their resources in one. The politically elite in the southeastern zone will tell you they are not interested in IPOB. Most of them, the activity shows they are not interested in Biafra. A typical example is from time immemorial, he doesn't even accept the activities in his state.
Of course.
So if he doesn't accept it in his state, it clearly shows that he's not in consonant with Biafra and the agitation of Biafra. And that in itself is a negation. And some of the governors, to one way or the other, have shown in their attitude they want to be in favor of the book of the ruling party, favor book of the present day dispensation, and that present day dispensation have actually proscribed IPOB as a terrorist group. So if they want to be in the favor book of this dispensation, by default they are saying they are dissociating themselves from those agitation for Biafra. So you see, whether we like it or yes, there will always be two groups, two fractions to this: those who desire Biafra and those who, by default of their political affiliations, want Nigeria to still remain, with the hope that probably they'll become vice president come 2023, or maybe, just maybe, they may be given hope for 2023 as presidency. So Arewa may have something they have seen that is making them say, look, guys, choose. Because they are practically seeing the confusion within the state. I'm sure they must have been seeing some of them working Nicodemously in the night, coming to see the presidency and asking them, sir, how far this issue of presidency 2023, I don't know if they penciled my name inside. And that's what's giving them the guts. And if there must be anything achieved that will be tangible, it must be done in one voice. Yes. Unfortunately, that's the bitter truth, you guys. Don't eat me up. I'm only saying it the way it is, objectively, and not removing sentiment. If you want to go by sentiment, why? You can always shout, "Oh, hey, Biafra." But if you want to move by the way it is, the politics that is being played, that's what is staring at everyone's face. So make up your mind. Is it are you going to go meet your governors and tell them, look, guys, you are sabotaging this? Tell them what, and let's be real, let's be practical. They know if they achieve Biafra today, all of them are going to be sidelined. Who wants to take away? I'm the chief of my state. And now if there's agitation of Biafra is actually, I will not carry it and give it to someone like MNK. For what? So let me look for this one that is profiting me. I will make it stay. So hopefully I will stay till 2023 and much more. So guys, if there's a way of getting a win-win between you and your governors, then go ahead. If not, it's going to take God's mercies here. All
right, thank you very much. You've heard the truth. That is nothing but the truth. There are a lot of people right now. It's really going to be, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's possible, but I see some difficulty there in the whole show. Imagine that some people even queuing up right now, waiting for their own turn to become governors of their state. And you're coming to tell them, and my time? Why didn't you people file in Ojuku's time and get it done? When it is my own turn.
You need to see saboteurs.
Exactly. There are some, like my colleague has said, some who Nicodemously have been going to meet the president and say, like, it took some Second Republic guy, Junior, to unveil the secret, how he came and knelt down and begged for us to know that he has been going behind. So that's why the Arewas are saying what they are saying. I think they need to be a time way of coming together. I know that Mazinam Kano has been trying to see how he can put them together, and other persons also have been. But hey, the truth is, the ball is in their court. They need to make the decision. Nobody will make it. Some people need to sacrifice their political goal on the altar of sovereignty of Biafra, or maybe Biafra will have to sacrifice it on the altar of, being the Nigerian, having opportunity to become Nigerian president. That's just how it will be. All right, that's where we're going to leave you. Go to our comment section. Let us interact. What's your position on the case of Arewa? And please, let's stay off head words. Let's just aid our mind and let us tell ourselves